Well, good morning. Bill here from We Live It Series, Westside Bait and Tackle, doing one of my favorite pastimes, catching late ice crappie. So much fun. These fish are so active this time of year. They're coming up and absolutely crushing the bait. I love fishing last ice crappie. So much fun. The snow is off, everything's nice and clean, easy to get around, drill some holes. Crappie are relatively easy fish to target, especially this time of year. They don't move around a whole bunch. They have their spots. If you can get on top of them, it is just one of the most exciting things to do. Fish are very active this time of year, and you can have a great time. Good to get the family out with the better weather conditions. And it's just a lot of fun. These fish are really stacking up this morning. Just got here. The sun is just coming up. I've always liked to get an early start for crappie in the winter, and this is no exception this time of year. You can get out and have a pile of fun, catch a lot of fish. And hopefully I can show you how to get a few more. Anybody that knows me as a crappie fisherman knows I'm a big plastic guy. I love using plastic crappie all year round, even in the summer. I use a lot of plastic, had a lot of success. I've been fishing crappie now for about 45 years, and I really enjoy it. One of my favorite fish to target, summer and winter. Crappie are relatively easy fish to catch. Once you find out where they hang out, they don't really change their location up a whole bunch, especially ice fishing. Once you find them in the winter, you can usually fish a spot time and time again and still have the same luck. Springtime, once the snow is off the ice, one of my favorites. First ice is always good. One thing I do caution everybody with the ice conditions is to make sure you're very familiar with where you're traveling. I carry the ice picks when I travel all the time. I like to have them handy with me, especially this time of year, because you just never know. Where I'm sitting here today, now I'm on 2.5 feet ice. I'm pretty comfortable not having them around my neck. Once I start traveling, they're on with me all the time. So get a good pair of ice picks. Always carry those, safety first. Rainy Lake, Lake of the Woods, two of my favorite places to fish crappie. Also, today I'm on a little backwoods remote lake. A lot of fun sometimes getting in off the beaten path and getting back into some of these smaller lakes. You can enjoy some real good fishing, and just nice to get out, mix things up a bit and see some different area. I've ice fished on average, the last few years now, I'm running close to 60 days. Spent a lot of my time this year with, trout fishing, 35 days for lake trout this winter, and it's been a fantastic year. Normally I'm targeting crappie a lot more, and I'll have close to 25 days for crappie by the end of the year. There's a beautiful 12-inch fish. They come up and just devoured that plastic. This time of year is, once again, so hard to beat. You get on these fish, have a good locator system. This Vexlar's worked very well for me. There's a lot more advanced material out there now, and I've had fantastic luck with this. Very simple to use, puts you on to fish. Light rigging, light spinning reel, medium light action rod, a lot of fun. We'll get this guy back in. We're on a catch and release day. I use a 6-pound mono trilene line for fishing crappie and walleye, and I've pretty much converted now to the braid for fishing lake trout, but I do like the light mono line for targeting crappie and walleye, especially through the ice. Had a lot of luck over the years crappie fishing and caught some big numbers and had a lot of success. Lake of the Woods, Rainy Lake, once again, two of my favorites, but it doesn't hurt to get back into some of these backwoods lakes. They are full of crappie and just a lot of fun to fish. I love it when you're dropping your hook down, these fish come to meet you. Nothing beats that. They usually hit little tap first, set your hook, and they're right there. They're just engulfing it. And we're catching some real nice fish this morning. Out here on a solo adventure, I'm up for 8 days. And just trying to get some good footage together, and I've handled fish before, honestly I have. And just, yeah, share some of these adventures with you guys. Yesterday, I believe I caught 40 within about 2 hour time and half-hour travel in between, and it's been great. Late season crappie, you can't beat it. Westside Bait and Tackle carries a good variety of all you need for crappie fishing, winter and summer. We have a lot of rods in stock, a lot of line, a lot of tackle. Everything you need to get you out there and get you going. Crappie fishing should be and can be relatively inexpensive. You don't have to break the bank to get out to go for a crappie fish. One of my favorite ways for tackle to use for catching these crappie, whether it's summer or winter through the ice, a 1/8 jig. These sparkle chartreuse twister tails, they seem to work as good as anything, I think, summer and winter, and they're one of my all-time favorite. I've caught thousands of crappie with these and they work fantastic. The benefits to plastic, there's one on, I didn't even have to try for that one. The benefits to plastic, you're just so much faster getting your hook down. These fish are coming in, you want to be right on top of them. That's a beautiful 12-inch crappie right there. And you want to just be right on top of them when they're in and not waste time rebaiting your hook. Getting it back down there quickly, that's the way to do it. These fish move in, they're stacked up, sometimes 3, 5 high. They're averaging from 2 to 6 feet off bottom. You want to be able to get your hook down there right away, get right on top of them. Don't be wasting any time putting on bait. Plastic is the way to go. It's no doubt crappie is one of my favorite fish to target. I love fishing them through the ice. This late ice fishing is fantastic. The conditions are great, easy to get around. You're not fighting your way through a bunch of snow on the ice. Holes don't freeze over. Beautiful taking it all in today. The sun's coming up. There's geese on the ice. They're honking away. Spring is definitely in the air, and we're out here just enjoying it. I think this is number 20 on the day. Get him back. See if we can get another. I could talk for hours about fishing, but there's really no need to complicate things about crappie fishing. Crappie are probably one of the easiest fish to target. Once you get onto the fish, find out where the fish hang out. They don't move a whole bunch, and they're relatively easy to catch. You can have of course, like everything else, you can have a lot of off days where you can't buy a fish, but generally, ice fishing for crappie, once you find the locations, move around the lake, find some structure. I'm off a small island today, just off the edge of it, and the fish, I've fished this spot for probably 20 years now, and it's just a common place. Once you find those locations, very easy to get onto these fish, and they're just not a hard fish to catch. Lots of fun, great to get the family, the kids out. You can enjoy this late ice weather. It's not cold, and just have a great time and get everybody out and enjoy the outdoors. That's what it's all about. I've been fishing crappie for 45 years now and absolutely love it. One of the best tasting fish to eat as well, in my opinion, and we've enjoyed them for years, my family. My girls love to get out and fish as often as they can, and everybody enjoys ice fishing for crappie. So get the family out, have some fun, enjoy this beautiful weather, and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful area that I feel just absolutely blessed to live in. Northwestern Ontario is some of the greatest fishing there is, and I'm just thrilled to be part of it. Well, there's another nice one off a little tube skirt I'm using. I like to keep things as simple as I can with crappie fishing. It's something you don't have to complicate. One thing I have noticed though, if you are catching fish in an area and they cut right off, don't hesitate to move 100 feet, drill a few holes. That's pretty much the name of the game for getting yourself on top of crappie. Sun's coming up, just hitting the ice here by this hole. Crappie are starting to stack up. They're coming in 4 or 5 high now. And I missed that guy. I guess it's not a problem when you have so many fish on your screen that you're not quite sure which one you should be targeting. And sometimes that's the case when you're chasing these late spring crappie. They just seem to stack right up. There must be 100 down there now. And all I have to do is be able to set the hook on one of these guys. That guy latched onto her and he's a heavy one. This could be one of the better fish. Almost feels more like a northern to me, but oh no, I hooked him in the gill. Isn't that interesting? That's why he was coming up so heavy. I thought that was strange. Another beautiful crappie. Just can't beat it. Late ice, the sun's just coming up, early morning, not a person for miles. Remote lake, so much fun. Northwestern Ontario, full of crappie, fantastic fishing. There we go. They always seem to give that, don't know if you can see it there, but they always seem to give just that quick little tap. You know they're hitting it, and up they come. Followed, that tap is just followed by a slow pull. These fish are very soft mouths. They're easy to tear it out. You don't have to have a real aggressive set, just a quick little flick. Nice light rigging, easy going. I would like to tell you for hours how complicated crappie fishing is, but it's really not. Crappie fish is one of the easiest fish to target and so much fun and great eating too. A lot of fun to catch. Definitely one of my favorites. I spent 3 days last spring trying to put a nice video together for you guys, and that was an easy release. And we get home and I've got all the footage put together and get my editing team on it, and we could not eliminate the wind noise for anything. We tried everything and just could not get the wind noise out of all the recording. So I had to forfeit and end up not putting a late spring video together last year. But this year we're out here, not a breath of wind this morning, and I just said we got to take advantage of this and you know, throw something hopefully pretty decent together for some footage. And there's so many fish on the screen I can't find my hook, and I suppose that's probably not that bad of a problem. There he goes. One guy broke from the herd, chased the little skirt. These are just beautiful fish. I'm averaging a solid 12-inch fish this morning. Very nice to see. These fish are aggressive. Yes, I have handled them before, several. And just another beautiful fish. Anything in the 1/8, 16th ounce seems to do the trick pretty much every time. I do use live bait if I'm fishing crappies deep water, 35 to 40 feet. I like to use a heavier jig, and I'll use a minnow. Generally just tail hook a minnow, but for this under 20 feet, 25 feet, I'm usually using just a light plastic 1/8 jig, little grub tail on there. You can mix it up any way you like. Over the years, walleye, crappie, everyone knows, no big secret, chartreuse is probably one of the best working colors to use, but don't be afraid to mix it up. There's lots of variety out there. Green and white skirt I'm using this morning. Some guys have a lot of luck with black for crappie. These guys are just thick here this morning. It's fun. I don't know how many thousands of crappie I've caught in my lifetime, but it's got to be getting up there. I've caught a lot. It's been a lot of fun. I just released that one, nice and simple there in the hole. And so much fun over the years. Very exciting. Get out and enjoy this beautiful area that we live in. It's a lot of fun. Well over 30 now, and they just keep coming, and the size is fantastic. It's probably about a 10-inch here. Nice fish. I don't think I'll ever get tired of catching crappie. It's just, I could sit out here all day long and do this. I give myself about a 2-hour window this morning and just wanted to come out and hopefully put up a little bit of decent footage on how much fun and how successful late ice crappie fishing can be. These guys are coming up and they're hitting my hook before I even close my bail. And it just doesn't get any more fun than that. That's just the best action anyone could ask for. And look at these fish, just one right after the other. Absolutely beautiful. Bit into her pretty good. These are nice fish. Perfect eating size, fun to catch, easy to clean. Check out my crappie cleaning video. Guy's a little fussier eater. I'm gonna say he's a bigger guy. Let's see if my prediction is right. These guys that come in slow and really want to check her over. Yeah, we'll never know. He was huge. Maybe an 8-inch. You find these fish anywhere from, I've caught them anywhere from 14 feet to 45 feet. Trouble with fishing deep like that, as we all know, bringing them up from the deep water is very hard on the fish, and I've seen a lot of times in a lot of cases where several fish end up dying just below the ice because they either get off or they're released, smaller fish, and they just will not go down. They'll go down, they appear to go down through the hole, but they don't actually go right back down. They come back underneath the ice, end up dying on the bottom of the ice. And I've seen cases where permanent ice shacks have been removed late in the year, and there's hundreds of dead crappie stuck to the bottom of the ice around these holes. So if you're catching crappie in 30 feet of water or greater, I would suggest keeping the majority of your catch and probably in that 30-foot mark, not a whole bunch of catch and release, because I think it's just harder on the fish. You get in 20 feet of water or less, these milder conditions, you could sit here and catch these things all day. You're not hurting a thing. We are very close to 50 on the day, and this has just been fantastic. I don't know if you'd want to sit and watch me catch them all day, but I'll keep letting it roll and we'll see how many we can put up. Picking them up from underneath, the line goes slack. You're wondering if you've lost your hook somewhere along the way, and all that's happened is this fish has come from underneath, picked yours up, and gives you a great deal of slack in the line. There's another one. Can't beat it. Northwestern Ontario, fantastic. Backwoods Lake, totally remote, solo adventure, and we've just hit 50 crappie on the morning, less than 2 hours. That's a fantastic bite. Westside Bait and Tackle, we live it.